My name is Justin Cabal. I'm here with Steve Jones. We're with Second Due Training. We're here with this tailored Series 12 prop. We're in Kootenai County Fire and Rescue in Post Falls, Idaho. As you can probably tell, there's a few feet of snow on the ground. It's been snowing the last couple of days. So we wheeled the prop indoors so we can show you the different scenarios and setup of the tailored Series 12 prop for all the different drills that the prop's able to do. All right, we'll start at this side window here. The interior window dimensions 36 by 28. For the Denver drill, we're going to use the smaller window. That window's 20 by 28 tall. So we pin that window closed, has 2 pins. And then we're going to remove the rebar holder. And that just unscrews from the bottom of it. This way we don't get any snags on our equipment. The sill height on the interior for this drill is 42 inches, interior sill height. So as we remove that, and then we'll remove the interior sash for this drill. And this is where we're going to build out the remainder of the Denver drill. Steve will bring in a couple of 2x4s and we'll build both walls. The walls are eventually going to be 28-inch width, and we're going to utilize the same platform for the SCBA Confidence drills that we'll show you. So we insert both 2x4s. Those 2x4s are cut roughly 88 inches. And then we'll screw our wall, our OSB, onto those 2x4s. All right, so now we'll build the other interior wall. All right, now that we have both of our walls framed out, they're 28 inches between them. We have a 20 by 28 inch window, and now you can do those interior lifts. You can use a high point anchor and practice the variety of different ways to remove the victim out the window. From here, I think we'll go up top and take a look at the bailout window.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and head up top now of the Series 12 and talk about some of the different bailout options that we have. All right, we're at the top of the Series 12 here with our tailored bailout window prop. As you can see, there's several different options that we have here. Right now we have this set up for a traditional ladder bailout. We also, over the last year, added 2x4 window studs so that we can hook a Crosby hook in here as well if you have a pre-rigged bailout kit. This window prop is fully customizable, both horizontally and vertically. If you chose to purchase the True Blue rappel device, you can see that it attaches to an arm that sets it out away from the structure itself for added safety. If you don't have the True Blue system, then we have several different anchoring points off the top of the Series 12.
Up on top of the tailored prop, we have a roof hatch. And when we remove this roof hatch, I hand it to Steve here. And now we can do our traditional through the floor rescues. So using rope, using a hose line, utilizing a tripod. It's about a 5 by 8 foot square we have up here for room for the tripod. When we do those drills, we typically will use a belay device back off the anchor of the window prop. If you have the True Blue system attachment, we would spin that arm around and we would hook our belay device straight to that.
Each of the tailored props comes with 2 of the receiver hitch shackles that you can see here we've utilized to tie off our ladder. So you can use that shackle for various different anchor points. Those shackles are also utilized in the loading and unloading process of the prop.
So on this front end of the tailored prop, we have it set up for an SCBA confidence maze. This maze comes with unistrut. The unistrut can be moved, spaced to your liking, however you want to set it up. We currently set it up with a little smaller end over here. The firefighter will crawl through the hole into this one. We have wire set up through this one and then into the tire section for the SCBA confidence part. This can tie into the larger side of the prop, which we'll go over and show you in a minute. And if you wanted your firefighters to start from this end, or if you want to keep it dark, you can close the end off. So if we close this to right here, we could tell our firefighters to start here in and take the maze from there. We'll show you the other side of it here next. As we come around the back of the prop, you'll notice we still have our 2x4s in here from the Denver drill setup. As we build this SCBA confidence maze, one of the options is we can come in from the roof hatch down onto a couple of shelves. One of those options, we could use the same 2x4, come down onto a slanted shelf and then down onto this one and into your prop. For this setup, we'll just do a flat shelf. I'll have Steve put in another piece of OSB. So you'd come in from the roof hatch down onto this platform. We would secure that down to the 2x4s, onto this platform, down into this platform, and then down into the SCBA confidence maze. With these doors shut, it won't allow the firefighters to come this way. We're pushing them that way. All right, as we're here at the roof prop, this prop currently, as you see it, it's a 612 pitch. It's 8 foot by 8 foot. We can extend this to 12 foot by adding our extension arms, which we'll show you here in just a second. And the length of the prop can go really as long as your 2x6s are. This is currently 8 foot 2x6s, but if you go 12 foot 2x6, you'll add another 4 foot hanging off. And we'll show you how to adjust the pitch of that prop as well. So as we want to build the extension, we'll grab the first piece out of the toolbox, and Steve's gonna insert right into the current prop, and that bolts in. We're gonna come down to the lower extension arm, and we take that one out. That one's stored in the toolbox as well. It slides in just like the other one, and this one pins in. Now that we have our extension on, so it's to be a 12-foot roof prop, we're gonna quickly show you how to adjust this down to a flat roof. Anything in between is just as easy as a flat roof, so we'll go straight to a flat roof setup on this one. All right, so we're gonna remove the screws on the lower arms of the prop. And then from up top here, we lift this up and out, and then we're gonna lower it to the pitch catch that we want it to be. For this one, we want it to be at a flat roof, so we go to the lowest arm holder here at the bottom. So the lower stabilizer arms are stored underneath, out of the way. We're gonna remove those. Those are gonna get put in right here as we lift the roof prop up. While we're underneath here, we just want to make sure we remove both pins from both sides from this lower stabilizer arm. Okay. I got you. Okay, so we're now at the flat roof scenario. We're gonna show you real quick how to put this at a 312 utilizing these extension arms. The advantage to that is when we're at a 612 without these extension arms, the lower end of the vent prop gets kind of close to the bottom of the prop, the top of the prop. So with these extension arms, if we raise it up to a 312, we still have a pitch, but it keeps our saw up and away. In order to do that, all we do is pull these extension arm pins that we had just put in. Steve pulls it from his side, and then we'll show you how to lift the other end of that. So now that we have it at a 312 pitch, like we said, you can see the distance that we gained here for saw depth. We're at the 612 mark, but because we raised the lower end of the prop, puts it at a 312. We just take our pin, insert the pin back into the extension arm, and you're secured.
All right, next up here, we're gonna show you how to install the safety railings on the side of the vent prop. When installing these, you want to make sure that all of your tabs and carabiners are facing inward. Simply just slides in the slot there. We tighten down the twist knob, give it a little shake, make sure it's nice and tight, and then we can finish installing the rest of our side rails and then put the safety chain in place. You'll also have extra included safety rail posts that can attach to anywhere on the outside of your roof prop, similar to like the one we have here. These simply just get unbolted, can slide in, and then rebolt them through, and then you can have additional safety railings wherever you'd like.
In the back end of the prop here, where our roof hatch is located, we have a space where you can slide in sheetrock, OSB to your liking. You cut it 34 by 34. It's a good spot to practice overhaul techniques. On this side of the prop where we have our window opening, if we open the Denver drill window up, we can insert rebar, and easiest way, put it in and up, and then tighten it down by the screws here. We can practice our rebar cutting from shoulder height. Also break the window sash. When we're done utilizing this window, we close the Denver window. There's a slot here, and we can slide a piece of OSB in this slot, which seals the window up if it's stored outside. So we're back here, and we're at the breech prop. As you can see, we framed up a 2x4 wall. You can frame these walls up however you'd like. Sometimes we put electrical wire through them. At this stage, you can practice swimming techniques. Down here in the bottom, we have slots. The holes are where you'd secure the wall to the adapters from. We'd put OSB in this outer slot. We'd put sheetrock inside this inside slot. And when we do that, we like to put a couple of screws in just to keep it from rattling around as we're breeching. A couple of other things you can do with this wall. We can make the stud distance any distance you want to change that up. Sometimes we'll remove these 3 inner studs. We'll just have an outside frame with OSB, and we can use that for practicing garage door cuts, keeping the saw above your shoulder, different scenarios like that. As Steve sets our sheetrock into place, it slides through those back grooves. You know, a couple of other things you could do with this is sometimes we just make it into a half wall. You could frame this even into a window if you'd like. Practice your door to window to door conversions on it as well. So we put the sheetrock in place. We'd add a couple of screws to the back side to hold that, and now we'll add our OSB. So now as Steve slides the OSB, we use those outside gaps as well. Once we get it in place, we'll secure it with a couple of screws to keep it tight. And at this point, we could do an inside to outside breech. Taylor's put out a lot of newer features over the past couple of props. Is the storage capability. Steve and I travel around when we teach this class. It's nice to know that we can store all of our equipment in an organized fashion. We show up and everything's where it's supposed to be. We have the toolbox that utilizes the wheels. The wheels are the same wheels we utilize on the prop to roll the prop around back and forth in and out of fire stations and around the facility. Those wheels are on the toolbox. Toolbox holds all of the extensions, the arms, the extra adapters we need. The chain for the railing system. On this wall, they've built a new railing system, a storage system. This storage system holds the railing, holds the extra D-rings, and all the extra pins. Those are the things we've lost over the years traveling with this. On Steve's side, that side holds the arms for the ship's ladder to get you up to the second story. So now those have a place to go. So it's just a much more organized system.
All right, one of the things that we really like about this prop for training when we go out around and do a lot of teaching is the fact that we can practice vent enter search, window-based search, those types of drills from this second story window prop. So what we have here is easily replaceable 1x2 simulating a sash in a window, and then we have 3 separate pieces of plexiglass that we can take out with a tool simulating taking glass. We're over here at our Forcible entry door prop. We have both outward swinging and inward swinging. One of the nice things about the design of this is that we can utilize either 2x2 breeching blocks or 1x2 breeching blocks. When we move into the inner swinging forcible entry prop side of things, we have the ability to replace a small section of 2x6 here so that we can practice doing our baseball swings. Otherwise, we have the same locking mechanisms on the inside, such as to be able to put in a 2x2 or a 1x2 on the inside as well.
All right, Steve and I just took you through 28 different drills that you can do on the tailored prop as it sits here. We want to thank Kootenai County Fire and Rescue for allowing us to roll the prop into their bay floor on a snowy day like today so we could bring these drills to you.
And stay tuned for our monthly series where we start to take a deeper dive into each one of the 28 different skills that we showed you here today. Thank you and be safe.
Thank you.